Hi everyone, Sinister Sheep here, and I just wanted to do a quick review of the new Godzilla versus Kong movie. I saw it last night. I watched it on HBO Max, and needless to say, I am satisfied. Not overjoyed, but definitely satisfied. I had been kind of talking about this movie. It's like one of the only movies I was really excited for this year. That and Dune, but that's coming out in October. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quickie, no green screen, no nothing, just literally me and my messy bed over here. And I just want to talk about what I saw, what I like, what I didn't like. So I will be doing a non-spoiler review for the first half of the video, and then for the second half, that's when we're gonna get into the major nitty-gritty spoilers. So without further ado, and I'll add a time code too. And without further ado, let's get started. Right off the bat, this is definitely more of a King Kong movie than it is actually a Godzilla movie. See, at first, and for those of you who've seen my trailer reaction, if you haven't, check it out on the title card over here, or it's in the description. It's probably not the title card. It's probably just the description. I'm a lazy fuck. But basically, everyone was like, "Oh, Godzilla's being influenced somehow." And it's like, no, Godzilla is actually just a dick in this. And I like that. My favorite Godzilla movies are when he's an absolute asshole. He's just like, no, I am the alpha. And, I have to defeat you because if I don't, then you're going to think you're the alpha and I can't have that. And that's awesome because Godzilla is king of the monsters and Kong was the only predator or titan that didn't bow to him. So he poses a legit threat for Godzilla, which I really liked. And King Kong, basically, his plot is with the humans characters, which I don't remember the names of, and like the humans don't really matter in this. I mean, they do, but they don't. If you've seen if you've seen a Godzilla or King Kong movie, you already know the humans don't even really matter in the grand scheme of things. Like they're just there to give structure around why these two monsters need to fight. And basically, there's like energy in like the core of the earth, and you know King Kong is trying to lead the humans to, or the human characters are forcing King Kong to lead them to this power source to power something. And then Godzilla is going after Kong because he's like, yo, I'm the main alpha, we gotta fight, basically. It's a very simple plot. The human characters aren't very memorable. I did like the connection between the little deaf girl and Kong. I thought that was fun. And the villain characters are cartoonily villainous, and me being a Godzilla connoisseur, that didn't bother me because again, this movie is about giant lizard versus monkey. Okay, that's what it's about. The monster fights are definitely the best part. I mean, obviously they would be, and this time they're not completely shadowed or anything like that. Like you didn't really get that in Kong. Like Kong Skull Island, like it was set during the daytime, so you really got to see King Kong. Whereas like in the other Godzilla movies, like it was either always stormy or rainy. Nah, they're fighting in broad daylight, and this Godzilla has never looked better. From a CGI and special effects wise, he looks so menacing, and he actually looks like a villain, which is really cool because like I don't know, King of Monsters kind of made it more sentimental. I personally like my Godzilla to be a bad guy, so I really appreciated him just being full blown evil. But yeah, so overall, I enjoyed it. Human plot meh, monster fights awesome. That's not much of a review, but like it's hard without getting into spoilers and stuff like that. So if you're a King Kong and Godzilla fan, or if you're a fan of the MonsterVerse that I believe Legendary Studios have been making in the past years, definitely go check this movie out. It's right up your alley. For general public audience, they'll probably be more bored, honestly. So if this is your first Godzilla movie, maybe don't. I mean, you might still have fun, but maybe don't expect the world of it, Without further ado, let's just get into spoilers. All right, so one of my main concerns, and what the internet's main concern was, that King Kong would beat Godzilla. Because everyone would say King Kong is literally just a monkey. And that's my train of thought. He's just a monkey. Godzilla is a walking nuke. And I'm so glad that in the beginning they're kind of like on equal ground. Round one obviously goes to Godzilla because he fights King Kong in the ocean when he's like nearly drowning him, and like if the humans hadn't intervened, Kong would have been done. In fact, all of Kong's victories, I know this is a Godzilla fan, all of Kong's victories are only helped by the humans, right? So like when Godzilla versus Mega Godzilla like is getting his ass beat, the only reason why Kong even has a chance is because they reboot his heart, basically using that flying car or whatever, and then like all of a sudden he's like full of energy again. It's like his health bar just went all the way from 0 to like 100. And then that's like the only reason, because if you think about it, Godzilla had to face up against Kong, and then like right after that fight Mega Godzilla, you know? So Godzilla is definitely the most powerful one. I don't care what anyone says. Godzilla's like kind of almost drowning Kong, and then the humans save him. Then round 2 goes to Kong, or they at least call it round 2 when they're flying in the helicopter, like looking over the monsters, like, oh, guess this one goes to Kong. And it's like, not even really, because Godzilla gets up like right after. And then and then when Mega Godzilla is revealed, I was watching the movie with my girlfriend, and she saw me freak out a bit. I was very excited. The design is interesting. It's definitely more it looks like it belongs in line with like Pacific Rim, like that kind of design and stuff like that, which isn't a bad thing. He just looks kind of scrawny to me. You know, we are this Godzilla, the MonsterVerse Godzilla, is a chunky boy. Mega Godzilla is just like a kind of a twig, basically. But it was fun to see King Kong just totally dismantle him and stuff like that, and that reveal was great. If we want to get into spoiler territory for like the human plots, if anyone cares. So basically, you have this little girl who had talked to Kong, and like, you know, she communicates with him and stuff, and like they're trying to this new, I forget what they're called, the evil Apex, that's it. Apex tries to lead Kong into the hollow earth, which is basically like a earth within earth, but like it defies gravity or whatever. It's like where King Kong was born, basically. This is a synopsis of it, as well as other creatures. By the way, those snake birds were fucking awesome. They were such a cool design. Normally I don't like the MonsterVerse original monsters, but like those were legit kind of cool, and a lot of the monsters are like very creative. But they go down, and then King Kong sits in his throne or whatever, and then like Godzilla immediately senses that. He's like, fuck that, you know what, I'm not just gonna beat you up, I'm gonna destroy your heritage, your whole ancient civilization. You're the last of your civilization. I'm gonna destroy the remaining of it, and basically destroys the throne room, which has like the energy or whatever, and is where King Kong gets his axe. Basically, human characters are like, oh boy, we gotta escape, blah 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 blah. And then you have carrying it on from the King of Monsters, you have Millie Bobby Brown, I think that's her name, Millie Bobby Brown. She's with this conspiracy theory guy. There was a lot less of her in this film. It was this movie is mostly a Kong movie with sprinkles of Godzilla, which is only fair because Kong only got one movie, Godzilla got 2, so it's fine in the long run. As long as I get to see giant monkey versus lizard, I don't really care. She's trying to figure out why Godzilla is acting the way he is, and Godzilla wasn't only sensing Kong as alpha, but also another alpha or titan, which is revealed to be Mega Godzilla. And how they powered Mega Godzilla, because I thought they were gonna go with the missing head scene I had mentioned in my previous video, that like I wasn't sure if Mega Ghidorah was going to show up in this. I highly doubted it, but like that's what I was thinking for the head. Like they would find some way to control that severed head of Ghidorah and make Mega Ghidorah. But instead, they used the skull of King Ghidorah, or one of his heads, and use it as a supercomputer that pretty much powers up Mega Godzilla. And the reason why Apex wants to make Mega Godzilla is so that it can be king of the Titans and basically control all the Titans and stuff, therefore controlling the world. You know, very outlandish and stuff. Again, it's just fun, cheesy, good time. Don't expect anything out of this, anything prolific. The skull of King Ghidorah eventually just straight up takes control of Mega Godzilla. I guess technically it would be Ghidorah from the last movie? Because like they explain like the skull is a hyper intelligence thing. So does that mean that King of Monsters Ghidorah was controlling it, or that it was just like a computer thing? I'm not really sure. I'm sure it can be dissected. I'm not gonna do that. Then Mechagodzilla just destroys the faculty and just is wiping the floor with Godzilla, and then King Kong comes in, saves the day. Some of the things that annoyed me: the lighting in like Hong Kong, and like pretty much all the scenes were like really neon, and it was like kind of distracting. It was kind of that meme like bisexual lighting, and it's just the entire movie. Um, at least in the night scenes and stuff like that in Hong Kong. The human plot, I mean, it's the most interesting, I think, out of like the MonsterVerse, in my opinion. Well, maybe second to like the first Godzilla movie. Yes, I like the 2014 Godzilla movie. But yeah, I mean, it's there, but it got us to King Kong versus. We have pretty much four consecutive fights in this, monster fights in this. We have the first one, which is him in the ship and stuff like that. Then we have them in the city. They beat each other up pretty good. And I love that moment when Godzilla pins, or wait, sorry. So, and then the next fight, I would say it's the next fight, would be right after they get up and King Kong doesn't use his axe or whatever, and Godzilla's just nailing him, and then he pins him to the ground, and they're like roaring at each other, and then Godzilla keeps sinking his claws into Kong, and then like he's just like, bow to me, and Kong still isn't doing it, and he's just like, fuck, well, like, all right. Like, I'm gonna have to beat you up later. And then the last one is obviously Mechagodzilla versus Godzilla and Kong, which was really cool to see, especially when Kong like just completely dismantles Mechagodzilla. It's really fun. In conclusion, this movie's a lot of fun. If you're a King Kong Godzilla fan, really, really awesome. Has some great moments in this. No post-credit scenes, so I don't know where this is going. I mean, part of my nerd self, although I don't think Toho owns Gamera or like anything like that, so I don't think they could use Gamera, but like a small sliver part of me was like, Gamera. I'm trying to think of what other monsters they haven't introduced. They introduced King Ghidorah, they introduced Mothra, they introduced Rodan, they introduced Mechagodzilla and King Kong. I mean, there's plenty of more, but those are like the major ones. So it's gonna be interesting to see where the MonsterVerse goes from here. If we're gonna get any more standalone films that aren't King Kong and Godzilla related, maybe a Mothra movie. Although I can't imagine that would do well box office wise. I think King Kong and Godzilla really carry those types of monsters, because for American audiences at least. If it doesn't have Godzilla or King Kong, they won't go see it. But yeah, that's pretty much my conclusion to the review. I would recommend it if you're a huge Godzilla fan. Obviously, you're gonna love it. If you're not so much, maybe watch the other MonsterVerse movies, and if you like those, then you can jump into this one. If you're kind of shaky on those, then it's probably not your cup of tea. It's just stupid dumb fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not sure when this video will be out, but please check out my the Sheba Friends podcast. We did a Zack Snyder episode where we talked about the Justice League Zack Snyder thing and how we felt about that. We got some hot takes on that one, so please check that one out. And then I'm not sure if this will come out, but the Siku podcast, where we talk about upcoming anime, spring 2021 anime shows, that's on the Sheep and Weaves podcast. That'll be up this Friday, so I'm not sure when this video will be come out, but check that one out. Also check out Siku Senpai's channel. Check out Markeith Black's music and all music streaming platforms. And check out Peter from the We Sell Dirt podcast. I am working on a Final Fantasy Where to Start video coming out next week, hopefully. That one I'm gonna bring out the green screen. I think I'm gonna bring out the green screen. So stay tuned for that one, and thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.